that we should maybe mention was Vaclav Cerny, who kind of, I think it's fair to say, give a bit back to some of the Rangers fans at the weekend.
It's becoming a bit of a trend with some of these Rangers players. Dessers has done that a bit. Cerny did it at the weekend. Phil Clement had to take him off, and then I think he gave him some choice words. I think he spoke to him for about 30 seconds or something before Cerny made it onto the bench.
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop that.
Yeah.
Because even if it's just a matter of perception, how it looks, it doesn't look good for players to be fighting with their own supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look good for the supporters to see those players piping up when really, consistently, over a period of time, extended period of time, they've failed to deliver.
Yeah.
They've underachieved. And if they can't hack getting a bit of stick from the stands, then they're in the wrong movie. They're certainly in the wrong country.
Yep.
Because that's the way it works here. And by the way, it's the way it works all around the world.
Yeah.
But I think it's a strange relationship, isn't it? After the Old Firm game, you had the Rangers fans turn up outside Ibrox. I'm sure the players didn't react well to that.
Mm-hmm.
They would never come out and slaughter them, but you can tell in that dressing room. What do you think the conversation was like at Auchenhowie the next day? They would have been outraged by it.
Aye.
And you can understand that, because it was over the top. They can't come out and say that, but then when you see these incidents in game where they are nibbling back, and by the way, you can draw a line in this all the way back to the tail end of last season when it started to go wrong, and you get Fabio Silva, who was a preposterous character at the best of times. He should have been trying to keep his head down, but he's starting gesturing and pointing the name in his shirt and all that. He was hopeless.
I know.
And fans won't take to that. If you're continually letting them down, these are the guys that are paying your wages.
Aye. And very significant wages.
Exactly right. So I think I did a piece with Kieran Dowell up online earlier on today. It's in tomorrow's newspaper. He's kind of addressing it. And I think the kind of attitude is, this is not a fight that anybody smart wants to try and pick.
Yeah.
There's no winners.
It's not a winnable fight.
No.
Aye.
So, I think Rangers want to calm that mood music down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Philip Clement made a big deal when he came to the club, and he was right. There was a fracture between the team and the supporters when Michael Beale was in charge. And Clement did really well to foster, a real connection between the stands and the pitch. And it carried Rangers a long way throughout the course of that season. But okay, they tailed off at the end, but they badly need that back. The thing with the stadium being locked out their own home hasn't helped matters. Rangers fans in general are not in a great mood right now.
Yeah.
They're not going to get in a better mood by watching players get uppity with them from the park. So, that's something that Philip Clement really needs to clamp down, because he did make a big point of saying how important it was to have the fans and the team connecting. Well, this is a disconnect. And you can't have these examples of players spitting the dummy. As I said, Dessers has done it a few times. Tavernier, I think, bit back a little bit, as you would, by the way, outside the stadium that day. But on the field during games, they really just need to focus on doing their job.
As if your point didn't need to prove anymore, that some of the comments we've had in on this, kind of backs up what you're saying. Alistair Muir, more evidence apart from his team selection. Clement really isn't up to speed with our club's needs. Rob Jones, I really hope we're not obligated to buy Cerny. He's a terrible one-dimensional player. His behaviour is even worse. Shouting at fans is absolutely disgraceful. Bring back Hadji and Andy Cairns. Cerny better get his
Hadji.
I know.
He's just dying for the game.
I know. Cerny better his attitude in line. This is our club. He is only representing for a short while. Glad PC had a word. A couple of other comments just to finish. Thomas Burns, shocking penalty. Keith would have saved that. Thomas, let's not go nuts.